All right, Daddy Jack's cooking with the blues. Miss Katie Fogg in the house, and you'll be seeing her on camera later. And but so I'm doing about Daddy Jack's meatball recipe here. And but Katie also told me about a meatball she makes. She made it for her mom's 60th. Come over here, Katie. Don't be out getting yourself more pretty.
All right.
Okay, come over here.
I'm coming.
That's Katie Fogg, local artist here in New London, and local artist, and just a local fixture here, and went to school in Brooklyn, New York, right?
New York, New York.
New York, New York. What's the name of the school?
New York Academy of Art.
New York Academy of Arts. And it was your mom's 60th birthday the other day, and what'd you make?
I made her some meatballs and some bruschetta.
Bruschetta?
And decided to, mix up a little bit and put some mozzarella inside the meatballs.
Yeah. So I'm gonna make my meatball recipe, but then later on, Katie's gonna come in and we're gonna show us how we're gonna stuff some meatballs. All right?
Sounds good.
All right, Katie. And Katie, we're gonna show you a picture of a painting that Katie did this past summer of the front of Daddy Jack's, and she also did one next door for Chaplin's restaurant. All right, Katie.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, when I learned to make meatballs, you put a little bread, soften. Take your old Italian bread and crust and soak it in milk and water. And that's how I used to do it. And my mother makes it this way. Instead of using just dried breadcrumbs, I like to salt the bread. It adds moisture into the meatballs. So here, look, I'll put some, I don't know, we got 2 loaves of bread. So I'm going to soften this up here, with some water, right? Some hot water, hot water. I don't know, yeah, because hot water just softens, makes everything more pliable. And so come on over here, Bob. We got all the ingredients here that we're going to use. See, Bob? I worked this, 2 loaves of Italian bread, and I got 5 pounds of meat. They call this panade. Anytime you add like softened bread into a recipe, it's pan. It's I believe the term is panade. So this is how you can make stuffing at home. Soften it with some chicken stock instead of water. I could have probably done the same thing. Now that I say it, add a little flavor. We got some good chicken stock. Then I've got some half and half. About a cup of half and half. I think we had about 2 cups of water. So work out as much of the lumps, big pieces as you can. If you got really dry bread, then you're going to have to add more water. So I got some 4 Mile River Farms ground beef. I got a little bit of ground pork in there. So I'm going to add this over the top. Okay. All right. So I got 6 eggs. One's a double yolker. My dad used to love double yolks. We had some chickens, but I love egg yolks too. In my eggs. I'll feed the whites to the dogs sometime, man. They gotta be cooked just right for me to eat the whites. I love to dip my toast. Anyway. Okay. Now look at this. I got some couple of cherry peppers, couple of pepperoncini, a little bit of vinegar. Just add a little bit of flavor. The vinegar out the pepperoncini. So, if you have some regular peppers too, is good. And I didn't have any peppers today, so otherwise I put some of them in too. You sure we don't have any, Josh? Add a little bit of flavor. Got some white onion. Diced white onion. I'm gonna dice I think we got a video on how to cut onions, right, Bob?
Yeah, you have a video on how to cut vegetables.
Yeah.
On your basic
Check that
life
out.
skills.
Okay. Hey, as you know, a good amount of garlic. I got a little bit of tarragon. The only thing I don't have is some little bit of tarragon. Garlic powder with some good flavor, about 2 or 3 tablespoons. A little bit of paprika. I like to put a little paprika. Color and the flavor. A little bit of red pepper flake. Not too hot. We don't want to make them too spicy. We don't want to make them too spicy, right, Katie? Hey, time. You gotta talk with your hands, right? Right, Josh? Salt and pepper. Now be careful. The last batch, you know, a little bit too salty. But then a good amount of Parmesan. Good amount of a Parmesan. Now, who's Italian in your family, Katie?
My mother.
Your mom, what's your maiden name?
Doherty.
Doherty? That's Irish.
That's Irish. She's Irish and Italian.
All right, before I start, I'm going in with my hands on this deal, so just make sure my hands are clean, but just double check, okay? Never be too clean. Wash them up, soap them up real good. Okay, I'm going in, Bob. We're going in. We're doing a heart transplant here. Oh no, we're making meatballs. I forgot. I get lost. Okay, work it. Work it. Katie got a chuckle out of that, huh, Katie? Work it. Work it good. You know, roll it over, you know. Give it a good massage. So you got some big clumps of bread. Try to work them out a little bit. But try to get all the sides and stuff, you know. See, in some of those corners you got egg and unmixed. Okay, for which I add some chopped Italian parsley. You know, broadleaf parsley, add a lot of flavor into it. Wow. I was listening to Faith Middleton here. There's a show here in Connecticut out of New Haven called Food Schmooze. And I think you can catch it. It's on Wednesday afternoons and Saturdays at noon. And she had a chef from The Sopranos on. And he was talking about his meatball recipe. He's got voted best meatball in the world. And our recipe is real similar, but he doesn't put any bread filler in. I don't do that for the cost savings. I do the bread filler to add moisture and add some softness to the meat. And then I brown them off, and I put them in my sauce, and then they kind of swell up a little bit when they start absorbing some of the sauce. And when I'm eating them at home, I don't even brown them. I put them right in the sauce, poach them right in the sauce. And that's what I'm going to do with Katie's. I'm going to stuff them, with the cheese, a little extra Parmigiani, and I'm gonna poach them in the sauce. All right, Bob screwed up. He didn't get it. Like I said, Bob, getting on my last nerve. No, I'm kidding. Hey, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a little bit of this meatball mixture, and just the best way before you start frying off your meatballs and dropping them in the sauce, I fry it up a little bit. Now let's taste it and see what the flavor profile is. Pretty good. I think we're done. Last batch was a little too salty. This one's good. Okay, so here's what I do. I wet an ice cream scoop. Just portion them out. Approximately the size you want. Get the scoop you want. But you know, you're not going to be making them in volume like probably this here. So there you are for holidays. You want small ones, you know, for hors d'oeuvre parties or. Okay. That's about all I need for today. Although we do a meatball salad here, I do a tomato vinaigrette, and but I'm gonna wet my hands a little bit so that the meat doesn't. It's easy to roll when you got the wet hands. Yeah, you don't want to compact them too hard. You want to keep them nice and soft, but you want to, you know, firm. Okay. Okay. What'd you say, Katie? Ready to do your meatballs?
Ready?
Almost. Okay, I'm going to pass these to you. You want to throw them in that wood oven? All right, I'm going to pass them over to Katie now, and Katie's going to insert the balls into the oven. My kid over there, Bob. Okay, do your thing.
Here we go.
Right in the oven till they're nice and brown, and you know, I cook them just until they're about done. That way, then when you put them in the sauce, they don't overcook. So. All right, Ed. What's better than this, right? Utilization of the oven. And now we'll have to turn our gas oven on. Got a little bit of wood flavor coming on to the meatballs. There they are. We can always do them in a skillet. Everybody knows how to fry them off in a skillet. Right? I pre-cook them like this. You know, they're just pretty much temperature. And then I drop them in the hot sauce. You know, let them super tender. And then when it hits the hot sauce, that bread in the mix kind of soaks them up and expands, and they become so soft and delectable. Hey, but it's Daddy Jack's cooking with the blues here. Daddy Jack's 181 Bank Street, historic downtown New London. Water view, deepest port on the East Coast. Amtrak comes through here. We got all the ferry boats go out to the islands. I can't say enough about it. Got a 2017, the Coast Guard Museum's coming here. They say it's going to bring 500,000 to 1 million tourists a year. And we'll be ready for them, right, Zeb?
Yes, sir.
All right. Happy holidays. It's close. 5 more days to Christmas, 2014. And blessings for the year past, and prayers and hopes for the 2015. Nephew Josh, safe traveling. He's going up to Maine. Anybody else who's traveling out there, peace, and God be with you.